Sorry, we're live. I missed that. Sorry about that, folks.
Hello, good morning, good evening.
Welcome.
Anybody there?
We was just trying a different setup tonight where the webcasting software what we use is on the laptop, what's got the thing on, and then I was using the iPad to monitor the live chat, which it is doing, but it's not showing me the live picture. So, we've got some people already on. I can see the live chat on here. So, hi, Grandpa. Nice to see you here again. Martin, I can't pronounce your surname, Martin. Sorry about that. Chris Rushin, thanks for the hair. Yeah, great hair, and Jenny the laser. Johnny Hag, welcome,
Thanks,
Johnny.
Chris.
Yeah, I'm trying to let it grow a little bit because I want to be able to have a pirate style when we're on the boat.
You want to be able to have a ponytail.
Johnny, hi, Johnny. SB Compromise, hi, Gavin, Hannah, Kyle, Liam.
Thinking about it, I can imagine you with one of them buns, what they have in.
Yeah, I actually looked in the mirror today about putting one in. I've just nearly got enough for maybe a fairy cake. I don't know about a full bun. Sean Dowd's here with us. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Who else we got?
Johnny. Have you said that already?
I've already said Johnny. You're missing down.
It's because...
Sean Dowd. Hello, good evening from Seamus and Sue. Blue Coat and One. Hi, guys.
Hi, Sue. Good to have a woman on board.
Simon Pownell, I'm listening. He's just sent me a message, Simon, to say that he's on the road from Leicester back up to Hull. So he will hopefully be joining us later. But he can only listen at the moment. So drive safely, Simon.
Yeah.
So, what I thought was really funny, I just put the YouTube thing on like 10 minutes before we even started, and we'd already got a thumbs down. So thanks for that one, whoever that was. But at least if we get a thumbs down, as people say, it all adds to our viewing ratings. So
yeah,
on monetisation, it's classed as a view. So thanks. Give us another one if you like.
Or if you don't like.
If you've just misclicked it, give it the other way up. So people will have probably seen what we've posted. We was watching a YouTube live channel last night where they was trying to raise some money for the Irma relief. So we thought, what a brilliant idea. There's a few people from the sailing community who we follow, who follow us, and they're stuck down in Florida at the moment. And obviously all the devastation what's been caused in the Caribbean. So what I've done, I've set up a Just Giving, which is the fundraising site in the UK. We had a look through all the different charities, and one which we quite liked what they was doing was the British Red Cross have set up a fundraising account just for the victims of Irma and the Jose one what's coming through behind. So I will...
And everybody knows about it. It's on the news. It's in every country.
What is nice about this one is that... what's happening here? Just bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to put the link up. What is good about this one is that the British government will donate the equivalent up to £30 million for every penny raised by any member of the public. So here's let me just put this link up. If anybody wants to give, it does say justgiving.com/Carl and Jenny. We're not touching the money at all. It will go straight to the charity. So if anybody can give anything, we've already raised nearly £100 already today. The aim is if we can try and raise £1,000. I'm going to leave it running until we can get up to that. A few people have already donated. We've put some in. So I've just had a message come in saying launch it. I think you just need to refresh your screen because we're already launched. So yeah, if you can give a little bit, every penny would be helped, and it's going to everybody, especially the sailing community who's out there. I know there's a lot of people who've had the boats and the homes smashed already. So. And
the Red Cross thing you said when you looked at it, they give all the money, don't they?
All the money
so nobody's
supposedly going to
it. Nobody's keeping it for admin causes or anything, which is really good. And if it's just $1 or £2 or whatever from everybody, then we're just all doing our tiny little bit, because we can't really imagine what it would be like, can we?
No.
To lose your home and everything be flattened. So
we're trying to do our little bit. Just glad we're not there. We have got a timeshare out in Kissimmee, and I was looking on the weather thing earlier on, and that's like eye of the storm's going straight over it according to the latest models. So we'll see how that bears out. But that's just property, isn't it? It don't matter really. They'll build another one. It's not a home as such. So anyway, if you can give a little bit, just give a little bit. Click on. Well, you can't click on the link directly, but if you just copy and paste it, or just go and visit it, and let's see how much we can raise during this next hour. It'll be really good. I am going to go on to the. I'll put it on my iPad and we can see if we're getting an update.
Yeah.
So, Sailing Compromise. Hi, Carl and Jenny. It's Captain Kyle here.
Hi,
Captain Kyle. I hope you're
him.
not drinking anything alcoholic, Kyle. We actually met up with Kyle's mum and dad early this week. We went to Sheffield and had a meal with them, which was really nice.
Yeah. We had a lovely time.
It was an SV Compromise versus at meets Carl and Jenny Sailing Adventures. Yeah. So yeah, it were really good. So we'll be meeting up with them again next weekend down at the Southampton Boat Show. Yeah. So we'll be doing a video of that coming out later this month. So that'll be really good.
And Sheffield's only 12 miles away from us. And I've seen things there this time that I've never seen before.
And you enjoyed it that much. You're going again next week for coffee morning.
I'm videoing and I'm filming. I've seen more things abroad than I have 12 miles away from home. That's quite sad, really. But no, it's a very historical place, lovely buildings that I'm sure a lot of American people especially will really like to see. So you'll be able to look at that. So sorry, Captain Kyle, that you couldn't come.
Yeah, you needed to be in
school.
You
were at school.
So, Captain of SV Catfish, ahoy there, me hearties. Ahoy there, Captain. Hi, Marie. Who else we got? Anne-Elizabeth Peterson from Denmark. I can't read what you're saying because you've wrote it in Danish, I believe. Hi, Anton Sid. Nice to see you here again. What am I doing here since I don't drink alcohol? Well, Martin, you could get a glass of water.
Yeah.
You don't have to drink alcohol.
I did debate whether to have my glass of wine with me today because I did have one too many sherbets last night. We had a...
Sherbets? You'll have to explain that. Sherbets is a slang name for having a few beers.
A few beers. One too many, few beers. Not that many. I don't need a lot, as you've seen, to get me a little bit tipsy. But I did do a lot of drinking and I did do a lot of dancing.
You did more dancing than drinking?
I did more dancing than drinking.
And your feet were hurting when we got home?
Yeah. My feet were crippled, so in women's terms, that means I've had a good night.
And I weren't dancing and I weren't drinking because I had to drive home. But anyway, Grandpa, how goes the home sale? Okay, so an update on the house sale.
You keep knocking my heart.
Sorry, don't. An update on the house sale. We had the buyers come round Friday.
Yeah. They
were just measuring up some things for buying new wardrobes and beds and things, so everything's going ahead with that. They did have a couple of queries from the solicitor, because I suppose it's same worldwide. We had to fill a form in. What we was leaving in the house, what we wasn't, where does the sewage go, where do the drains go, blah, blah, blah. And one of the questions on it was, where does the surface water drain away? And I thought surface water was what landed on the garden, so I just put it soaked away. Apparently surface water is what lands on the roof and comes down your drain pipes and into the drains.
Yeah.
So a question's now been raised by their solicitors saying, have we got any drains around the house? I mean, it's stupid. The guy who's buying the house, his occupation is fitting drains and everything, so he's quite happy. And we just ticked a wrong box. And just one other question, what they had to query was, we've got a big Christmas tree on the front garden. And although it's one where the roots are kept
underneath it,
contained,
they don't spread a long way.
To cover their own backs, they've said that they'd like an agriculturist or something. The buyers will have to sort it, just to confirm that it is a tree where the roots are contained. But like we've said, if that's an issue,
cut the tree down.
Can cut it down and put some chainsaw marks on it and diesel on it and kill it.
No, but it looks lovely at Christmas time because we always have all the lights all on, and it's better than the one in Chesterfield Town Centre. So, yeah.
That's all I drink at the
about
moment.
6 cups of coffee all day.
Ah, Michelle.
Oh, I have about 6 Martin before I can move. No, I don't have 2.
Oh, hang on, we've just gone down a little bit here. We've got a couple of people from...
I thought you were looking at that one.
I'm reading it on air, it's easier. Mikkel Paulsen, she just asked if I was from Denmark, and it is so cold here in the UK now. Yeah, we've got the heating on tonight. It's started to drop a little bit. It's dropping for them who watches Peter Kay. Michelle.
It's turning.
Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Glad you could join us.
Michelle and Dave, her husband, are currently in the Ionian sailing on a yacht. And she did a bit of a live thing on Facebook today, and I says, I hope you can join us. And she said she would if she wasn't inebriated. But she's spelling okay, just having a tie, which has blown our heads off. So she's probably not had enough gin yet, so get another one down here, Michelle.
Nothing wrong with that, Michelle. You look like you're having a great time anyway. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin, that's all I drink at the moment, and about 6 cups of coffee a day. I've gone off coffee now because it tends to make the heart race a little bit too much, I think. Poor Carl, shouldn't your kids have taken you back? Are you referring to me as poor Carl or Grandpa as poor Carl there, Michael? Oh, Grandpa's already answered it. No. Atan, glad you want to. Chris Russian, I guess Carl and Jenny are having technical difficulties. I don't know why. Volume is a little low. Let's just have a look.
Somebody said we were like that.
Well, we've got the volume. We'll talk up a little bit. We have got the volume quite high, and the monitor thing's saying it's okay. So I don't know. Is anybody else having any problems? Coffee time. Hi, CT. Chris, nice to see you in here.
Yes, and we can read that one. Your other was in Danish, so we got to Jano SO45.2. We are from Hadsund.
Hadsund.
That's a new place.
But she's talking to Mikkel.
Yeah.
Daniel. Hi, Carl and Jenny. Love your channel. Thanks, Daniel. Dan or Daniel, whatever you want us to call you. Yes, hopefully we'll see you on the water again. Thanks, Chris. The hair's looking good. Starting to look like a sailor. I went out last night, actually, to this party. We went to his friend's 50-year-old party, and a few people commented on it. It's getting a little bit long.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get it cut this week, so next time it'll, not at the back, but that just needs shaping.
Mikhail, it was related to you had to drive home.
We can hear you fine.
Yeah, I don't mind driving home. Fine here. We can hear and see you fine. Yeah, a little low also over here. I don't know why it is, guys. I don't know whether it's local signals coming through. Susan Foley, hi Carl, just found your link, hope you're well. Now I have found you, I will have a look at your previous posts and videos. Good luck with the plans. Pat Foley, hi Pat. Pat, I used to work with Pat when I was a traffic cop.
You keep bouncing.
And then Pat eventually became he was in charge of the driving school for the force.
Is Pat a man or a woman then?
Pat's a man, Susan's his wife.
Right.
And Pat's a big sailor.
Ooh.
So nice to see you, Pat, or Susan.
Yeah. Glad you found us. You'll see all sorts in our past. Yeah,
we went sailing with Frowdy last year, and Graham and Terry and a few of the others, Simon. So there's a bit of a video on that from last year, Pat. And sound okay here, but the light switch looks out of square. If anybody notices, the pictures have gone from behind.
No picture.
No pictures.
No picture, no sound.
No pictures. They've gone.
Just sound.
So we are starting to get rid of things slowly. In fact, a big vase from the bottom of the stairs has gone with some fancy flower. I know I do. More like a sailor and less like a cop. Well, that's the idea, Chris. My cop days are long gone now. Can't even remember what it was like. Hi, Carl. Still there? Yes, been sailing Ionian. Yeah, we were up there in April, May time. So I think Frowdy's out there at the minute. If you can, I'm sure. Yeah, you can remember Frowdy. Right. So, couple of things. What I want. Oh, hang on. Can we talk a bit about your guns and gun laws where you are? I'm from Texas, so I don't quite understand not being able to get a gun. I'll cover it quite quickly, Chris.
You can't have a gun.
You can.
Well,
we've got loads.
Well, you can't just go out and buy a gun in
Right.
England.
The laws in the UK, or certainly in England, we've got Section 1 firearms, which Section 1s are bullet guns, and then we have shotguns. On the shotgun law, you can have up to a 3-shot. We can have semi-automatic, pump action, single barrel, side by side, over and unders. But the maximum you can have is a 3-shot. So 1 in the barrel and then 2 in the chamber. That's for a normal shotgun licence. If you want a bullet gun, then that's what we call a Section 1 firearm. Now the laws in the UK at the moment, or certainly England, are you've got a right to possess a shotgun. The only people who can't possess shotguns is if you've been in prison or you're a risk to society and you've been outlined as a particular risk. But you've got a right to own a shotgun if you want. So you apply for a licence, the police will come out and examine your security. You've got to keep them in secure cabinets. And then once they've decided on that, you can go and buy as many shotguns as you want.
But don't they check your background as well?
Yeah. It's the full security
you can't be a
check
criminal and have a gun, can
I've
you?
just said that. For the bullet guns, you have got to show good reason why you need to possess one. So hunting is a good reason. Target shooting is another good reason. For target shooting, you've got to be a member of a gun club. For hunting, you've got to show that you've got permission to shoot on particular land. So you've got to get a farmer or somebody who gives you permission to shoot on their land, and then that land has to be deemed safe for you to use that calibre of weapon, what you're wanting to shoot. Once you've been shooting for a while, your certificate then becomes what they call open certificate. So you, as the certificate holder, can more or less say, yeah, I consider this land safe. So for instance, if you was to say to me, do you want to come and shoot your 223 rifle to get rid of some foxes on my land, I would make the call on whether that land's safe enough to use my 223. If it was somebody who's just applying for a 223, the police would have to say it's safe. So it is quite strict, but you've got a good possibility of being able to shoot what you want, where you want, if it's safe. Pistols have been outlawed.
So you can't just have a gun like what they
You
have.
can't have a pistol.
And
we're also not allowed to possess firearms for personal safety, like home defence or anything like that. So it's basically hunting, target shooting. So that's it. So I hope that's answered a few questions about shooting. So there we go.
Yep.
And we still got our sofa, dining table, and TV.
Yes, because Anne's a little
Yeah,
bit ahead of us, aren't
yeah,
they?
you're
They're
also
doing
moving,
the,
aren't you?
yeah. I hope yours is going well then, Anne. Yeah, you look like you've got through a lot more than we've got through.
Martin, that's
Or
for the
Carl's
whole
got
of
through.
Europe. I think you're referring to the gun laws.
Yeah.
It's slightly different for shotguns because I've already looked into this because we were thinking about taking a shotgun on the boat with us. I can't take my semi-automatics because I think it's in Spain they're not allowed semi-autos anyway, so it'd be down to a 2-shot. So is it really worth it? We can have an 8-shot. I've got an 8-shot shotgun, but that has to go on your Section 1 ticket, and again you've got to show good reason for that. So practical shotgun competitions and like pigeon shooting if there's a major problem. So yeah. Hi Steve in Greece. If you're still in Greece, I don't know where you are at the moment. What Grandpa? What game animals are common in the UK? Stag. What else? What we got? Stag, deer, rabbits. That's not game. They're just rodents.
Rabbits, pigeons,
pheasants, partridge. Nothing like you've got, Grandpa. We don't get any wild bears. We don't get any wild moose.
Boars.
We do get boars. Some parts down south have now started breeding boars for hunting, but it's only small type stuff. It's mainly deer, deer and birds. So not too exciting. Foxes, but they're classed as pests because they make havoc with the farmers' sheep and stuff. So, are the seasons for animals? Oh, now you're putting me on the spot. We have seasons for pheasants and grouse, things like that.
Glorious 12th is the 12th of August. That's grouse shooting, isn't it?
Look at you.
Look at me. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah. If you're going shooting for little things like muntjac and stuff, I don't think muntjac deer, there's no season on those. On the bigger stags there is. But it costs a lot of money to do stuff like that.
But you don't have to shoot little rabbits at the beginning of the season because they have babies.
They've already had them at the beginning of the season.
Or you don't have to shoot deer at the beginning because they have bambies.
Right. Anyway, moving on. Hi, Carl and Jenny. Good to see you again. Hi, Mowgli. 1957.
That's what his name was last time.
Taking a weapon isn't allowed in Europe. It is, Mart. Isn't allowed. It
Yeah.
is. I've looked into this. A friend of mine works in firearms licensing. I can take shotguns. I can't take my Section 1 because I've got to abide by what the UK laws say. So for the shotgun, I can take it. But for the Section 1 rifles, I'm not allowed to take it because I can't show good reason that I want to go hunting on the back of my boat. So yeah, we're both right. Steve's back in Minnesota, Greece back in late October. I see a wild bear.
Nice. Greece in late
Hi,
October.
Morley. Hey, girl and Jenny. Hello from Hey, girl and Jenny. I meant Carl. Yeah, I think you're talking about my hair. Yeah, SV Compromise. Give Carl and Jenny a thumbs up, guys. Only 14 so far and 37 watching. That's good of you. Yeah, tick that box. It all helps. So what were we going to talk about earlier? Don't talk to text. Yeah, I wanted to just bring up about EPIRBs. The boat we're buying has got an EPIRB, but it needs a new battery, which we knew about before we had the survey and everything done. So I've been doing a bit of research in the last few days because we're going down to the boat show next week, and the cost of a new battery to be fitted to an EPIRB isn't much less than the cost of a new EPIRB.
Buying a new one.
And the one we've got is an MT400. So is there anybody out there who's got a similar EPIRB? And if so, would you recommend having a new battery, or would you recommend having a new EPIRB?
And how long do the batteries last?
Well, one of them I've been looking at is 10 years and you can replace the batteries yourself. I think it's 3 to 5 years normally. Yeah, Chris, I've already thought about that. I've actually got one of those mobile clay launchers, so might take that with us.
So you could take, that's what it means, you could take your gun.
Matt is going to check.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, Living with the Tide, Paige and Matt.
Hello, Paige.
Nice to
Where's
see
your
you.
mum?
She's not feeling very well today, Paige. I was talking to her earlier, so hope you're feeling better. Bit of man flu.
And are they in Portugal now?
I think you are, aren't you, Paige? Still in Portugal?
Are you in Portugal? I'm glad you've got somewhere a bit warmer, Paige, because I felt so sorry for you being in Scotland. Not that Scotland isn't beautiful, but it's not quite as
she's
warm.
going to check about the EPIRB. We bought ours
yeah.
last year. It's Rescue Me Ocean Signal from Boat Show. Hi, Colin, Jenny.
Sam's, it is yacht club.
At the yacht club, having a G&T, Simon. Cheers, good of you to be here. Yeah, they're leaving tomorrow. That's Matt and Paige. So the other question I've got, or not a question, but a little bit of a dilemma we've got here. We knew that the flare pack needed replacing, what's on the boat. You know, the big boxes, the offshore flare packs, I think they're about £300 or something.
Something like that.
But they've got an offer on at the boat show.
They have got an offer on.
They've got an offer where, they're doing a £65 discount down at the boat, or Force 4 Chandler, I think it is. Just bear with me. Something I've got to remember to mention. I'll just make a note of it because I don't want to talk about it yet. So yeah, we've been looking at getting a new set of flare pack, an offshore flare pack. The problem we've got is that obviously we can't take them in our hand luggage if we fly down to Greece.
I've got a flare, I've got flares, I've got flares. I'd end up saying that, wouldn't I? Yep.
We can't drive across on the Channel crossing on the tunnel because they won't allow your explosives or flares in your vehicle. And I've looked at the small print on the ferries, and they won't allow you to take flares on the ferries. We can't have them shipped there by airmail. So I've been in touch with somebody who's living in Crete at the moment, and they were saying that yes, you can buy flares, but they're normally a year out of date when you buy them, or they're a year old. And the Greek flares, which aren't as good.
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of digging online, and I've found somebody who said that they took them on a ferry, but they spoke to the ferry company beforehand, and they had to hand them over to the staff to keep on the deck or something.
Oh, they told them they got them then?
Yeah, they asked.
Because a lot of people don't do that, do they?
No.
They just hide it.
So,
which is a bit dodgy to me.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a dilemma. Do we buy the flares in the UK and take them down and just hope that we don't get caught, or do we hand them in and hope that they give them us back when we get over to France, or what? So I don't really want to have them confiscated and pay £300 for them, and then still have to buy some cheap, crappy Greek ones. So that's an issue we've got.
Pedro might have just put, is it Johnny Green's at the boat show?
Is it Johnny Green's at the boat show? No, I think it was
what's Johnny Green's?
Force 4 Chandler and Matt.
Oh, is that a company?
Yeah. And then finally, the lifeboat. Our lifeboat on the boat is ready for a service. Now, some people have said get it serviced. Other people have said just buy a new one. What's people's thoughts on that? Because again, I don't think the service price is as much different to buying a new one. And I don't know how many times that other one's been serviced or not. So let us know what your thoughts are on that. So let's just catch up. How do you feel about America's gun laws? You don't have to answer it, just curious. I think, Chris, it depends where you go, doesn't it? Because every state's different. I mean, we've got friends in Florida, and we've been out in the car with him, and he's been packing, and he's got guns in his
let's tell the story.
Well, I'm getting round to it.
Oh.
We're on the way back to the airport, and there'd been a really serious accident. It looked like somebody had been killed, and the police and emergency services were on board, so we left them to it. But of course, the road's blocked, and people are starting to honk on their horns and stuff like this.
We're in a queue, and English people are good at queues. We can just wait.
The next thing, Mike, whose car we're in, opens the glove box, takes his
gun.
What was it? I think he got a Colt 45 in his glove. He has got a concealed carry permit. He takes his gun out, racks it, sticks it down the front of his trousers, and says, "If this guy behind us threatens me again because apparently he'd been giving him some gestures through the window, he says, if he walks towards the car, I'm getting out and popping him." So
we're going, calm down. It's nothing. We're in a queue.
So yeah.
I like the way.
I think Texas, you've got the open carry. Am I right there? Where you can just walk about openly carrying, and I don't know.
My views. Can I get a word in edgeways here?
You can now.
Yeah.
Sure, go.
My view having guns and things are a bit varied. I don't like the fact that you could be walking down the street and somebody's got a gun in the pocket or hidden, whatever, whether you've got a licence or not. And I think in England especially, I know it's the baddies that have got guns and nobody who's good who does the shooting with all these gang-related shootings. But it seems that the more guns that there are around, the more people die, basically. And things are just escalating. So whereas you used to just have a full-on fight, young lads at early 20-year-olds and stuff, now it's knives and then it escalates to guns. So I don't like that bit. But then I don't mind people having guns if they want to do hunting and they want to do target shooting.
But you've got to ask yourself, if you're walking down the road and somebody comes at you and they're going to rape you, and your option is to shoot them because you've legally got a gun, should you be able to do it? I think you could. But my political views, and I think everybody's got a right to defend themselves. The problem is, I was a trained police marksman, so I've carried guns on duty, I was quite prepared to shoot somebody and take a life. That's what my job asks of me. A lot of people who buy guns carry a gun, but they've never actually thought out the process of what happens when I pull the trigger. And it's that stalling aspect what can cause people to die. Because if you pulled a gun out, yeah, you've got a gun in your hand. Are you quite willing to kill somebody to protect your own life? And if you're not, and you hesitate, they're going to use it on you.
Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah. I just don't like it.
It's a deep issue, and
very deep.
I think for a sailing channel, we ought to move on to sailing issues.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
So, woohoo! Bring on the infantry, release the dogs of war. Yeah, that will be a line in the US, Carl. Keith Butler. Hi, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
You're not too late. Right? You've not missed a great deal. Sorry, I'm late. Being a little busy this morning. Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, we're having a relaxing day today because we've been
I'm shattered today.
We've been non-stop this week. We've been decorating our son's house. We've decorated my mum and dad's house.
We've got more decorating to do. We've
more to do next week.
Everything to do.
As well as emptying our house. Daniel Jackson. Guns don't kill people. Rabbits do.
Chris
Miles. Well, it's got to be right then, Daniel.
Rabbits.
What kind of life raft is it? Offshore. I have got it wrote down and we've got photographs of it. I can't remember. It will be an offshore one. I think it's... The boat is a 10-person boat maximum, I think it is, what it's stamped for. And I think the life raft is for 10 people as well. And I'm pretty sure it is an offshore life raft. I can't remember what make it is without going and digging out the photographs or some bits of the video. Yeah, no problem, Chris. I like talking about guns now and again, but it's not everybody's cup of tea, so let's keep it on a sailing thing for now. If you want to talk to me more about it and ask me more questions about it, then just PM me on Facebook or something like that. I'll talk about guns all day. Living with the Tide. Hello, really enjoying your guys' channel. Keep up the great work. Yeah. Anybody who's not already had a look at Living with the Tide, if you just click on the 3 dots at the side of their name, it'll show you their channel. Go out and give them a follow.
Yeah.
Same with SV Compromise.
Yeah, 2 lovely young couples, both from England and both with wicked sense of humours. So, yeah, you hopefully shall enjoy their little chit-chat between them. Yeah, it's good.
So, Pat Favell, just briefly, sure we covered it, but what made you go for the boat you did? How many did you look at first? And any issues with Greek taxes? Right. What made us go for the boat we did? We've been to the boat show no end of times now, Pat. And we've been on a charter with a few. And we really did. What we wanted to do was not be going and looking at 50 boats, because most of the boats what are up for sale are abroad anyway. So we narrowed it down to we wanted a Bavaria, just through choice.
Carl narrowed it down to wanted a Bavaria.
Well, we both liked them. We've looked at them at boats.
I didn't have any choice of what sort it was.
No, but you've looked at them all, and we kept going back to the Bavaria each time at the boat show because we both liked it.
Yeah, but I liked a lot.
I know
Carl
you liked a lot.
He does a lot of research and everything, and he'd looked on things and people's opinions and how well they were built and things, and he really liked this Bavaria.
For the price what we wanted to pay. I mean, there are better boats, no doubtedly. But for like our budget, we thought, right, a Bavaria.
That's the best boat we can afford.
We initially thought, a 38-footer will be all right.
Yep.
We went and had a look at a 38-footer.
We did a charter on her, what size?
Well, before we even got to the charter.
Right.
No, we did the charter with the sailing club, and we went on a Geno 38, 4 of us on it, and it was too small. But we went to the boat show, we looked at the Bavaria 38, and we said straight away, if we're going to live on this, it's not big enough.
Yeah.
So then we looked at the 41. We chartered a 41, 42 earlier this year. But still thought, no, it's not quite big enough. We're going to be if we're going to spend 10 years on it living aboard, and we want friends to come down and stuff, we want something bigger.
Yeah, and if we've fallen out, I tend to sit at the front and Carl sits at the back, and 38 feet, there wasn't enough distance between us, but 47 there was.
So we decided we like the 46. Yeah, the new one was the 46 Vision. We couldn't really afford that, and there weren't that many of those coming up for sale on the second-hand market.
They are beautiful.
So we looked at the slightly older one, and we'd really set our mind on buying the Bavaria 46. And then, while we was over in America earlier this year, I was doing some stuff on Google and stuff, and I came across this Bavaria 47. I didn't even know they did a 47. And like the front berth had got dressing table in, and it looked wow. And it was like, look at this, Jen.
Hey, we found this.
And it was like, wow. Compared to the 46, it looked so much different inside. And then a couple of days later, I'm searching online for boats for sale, Bavarias. Bavaria 47 pops up. Only a 2009 model. Loads of extras on it. It's been really looked after. It's like brand new. But it was out in Crete. So we got in touch with the broker. We went out to Crete to have a look at it. We spent 5 days there with the owner, who's absolutely nursed it. Really nice guy. In fact, he sometimes watches this. So if you're watching, Jeff, hello. Or
You're
Pamela,
a very nice guy.
You're a very nice man.
Still.
Got on really well with him. And he's leaving us lots of things on the boat as well anyway. So we came back, we paid the deposit on it, and then went back a week later to have the survey done. And we love it.
Yeah. But that was really the only proper boat that we've looked at that ticked all the boxes that we liked. We had quite a significant list of must-haves, must-not-have. In-mast reefing for one, 2 steering wheels, whatever they're called, on the back. But then my main thing was like a woman thing, what colour it was. So I couldn't stand that orange wood inside.
We wanted a lighter wood because we were going to be living in it to give it more spacious.
So,
Greek taxes, no problem because it's an English registered boat, and the sale's going ahead in Greece, so all the taxes are paid here.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure it was VAT paid as well.
Yeah, it's VAT paid as well, so we've not got any issues with Greek taxes.
So,
because we're going to be staying out in Crete at least till May, we do need to get a tax number
when we get there.
Because apparently you need it for if you're purchasing anything of any value. But we've got a motorbike out there now, we will have when we get there.
Yeah.
So we've got a few things. So we've got to get tax registered.
We've got quite a few things to sort out when we get there, haven't we?
Yeah. So
tax related and things. So that answers what you were looking for, Susan.
Pat, I think Pat's on Pat Susan's account. Yeah. But if it's not, well, whoever it is, Pat or Susan. If you want to know anything else, just ask. If it's offshore, probably best to get it serviced as our 1,000 from the boat show. Wow. I will.
£1,000.
Once we've gone off air, I will go and have a look because we've got photographs of it and stuff.
We'll be getting serviced
while
then.
It's boxed up. Yeah, but service is about. I think is a service about 600. Can't remember.
Is anybody watching Sailing Mischief?
Their boat sunk. Yeah.
Oh, we've watched. Well, I've not watched as many as Carl.
I follow Sailing Mischief. Yeah, so they've had a bit of bad luck. They are getting a lot of hammer on the YouTube channel because I think they've already asked people to donate £50,000 towards him. I don't know, but
yeah, and we were watching.
I'm not going to diss him because I like the channel. If they are asking people to pay £50,000 out, as a lot of people have said, there's people dying out there or have died and they've lost their houses and everything. But yeah, it's tough for anybody who's
very
out there.
Very difficult decision what to do. We were watching Sailing Briticon as well. That's
yeah,
the one
Sailing
that I'd
Briticon.
seen.
We are patrons of theirs, and their patrons are ours.
Yeah, they lovely couple. And again, just watching what they're having to go through, just packing things away, and that's their home. Like a boat will be ours.
Well, it's
a lot of people's homes, yeah, but not got a home and that as well.
Kim and Simon have took their boat up to Charlestown and tried to get inland a little bit, And looking at the latest modules, it looks like they might just get away with probably 50 to 60 mile an hour winds.
Yeah.
But then, having said that, yesterday the model said that the hurricane was going up the east coast, and now it's going up west coast towards Clearwater and Ruskin and stuff. So.
But what was lovely as well when I watched that one was their little girl. What's her name?
Sienna.
She came home from school and they're tidying everything away for the boat, trying to get it all, everything away.
It was when they were leaving the boat.
When they were leaving it, yeah. And she obviously came back and she was really upset. And but this little girl, and everybody's saying, "What shall we do? And how are you feeling, Sienna?" And obviously we're upset. And she says, "But I know what we can do. What else we can do?" Positive thinking, bless her. Let's just pretend we're going on a holiday.
Honeymoon,
and we're packing things away. We're going on honeymoon. And I thought, how lovely is that for somebody to be going through so much pain to like try and push that aside and just try and carry on and pretend, you know, keep the spirits up from this little girl as well, not an adult. I thought she was lovely.
She was good.
Yeah, that hit home with me. But yeah, it's so sad, so very sad. So please don't forget, go to your Carl and Jenny, whatever it was, link.
Yeah, the link's
We're
up there.
not taking any money. We're not doing anything like that. We just want to be able to donate through us, and then our government, is it our government?
British government
will equal that donation.
Any donations up to 30
million, so we're going to be able to double it. Yeah, we're going to be able to double it. So let's just give them a drink this time.
I was actually just trying to get online to have a look to see if we've got anybody who's donated. Since we've been online, I shall have a look in a second. Unless anybody's got access to a computer, because I don't want to knock mine. Oh, hang on.
But we shall be. And if anybody else has got a YouTube channel, try and do the same thing. And
if you're doing live chat things.
I mean, we just can't imagine what it would be like to lose your home, to lose everything. So, a few dollars is nothing, is it?
Yeah. So come on, guys. I've not had any. There's nobody from this channel, from this things updated anything. So even if it's just a couple of dollars, if you can give it, that'd be great. I know some people have already given it to other charities, so that's good as well. With all the hurricane nonsense happening over here in the US, what are your plans on insuring your new boat? Yeah,
we're going to be looking at insurance. I hate insurance. I hate insurance full stop, because I think they always put in the small print, you're insured, but we're not going to cover this, we're not going to cover that, we're not going to cover that. It's house insurance is the same as car insurance, is the same as whatever. But you've just got to go with what they've got. Look at it in depth, make sure you've got the best insurance you can.
The policy we're going to have, I've researched it quite a bit, and there's a company who the boat's already insured with. Oh, what's it called?
Got a good reputation, haven't they, with
Not
it?
Patreon.
Pantheon.
No, it's something like that.
Something like
I can't remember
it's a Greek one, wasn't it?
Well, they've got a base in the UK.
Got a Greek name.
Yeah. It's
Parthenon.
Something like that. But the reports from people who've had claims from them say they're absolutely one of the best. So we have been in touch with them. We have got a quote from them already. But I think one of the problem with the insurance, from what I've been reading, and it's only what I've read online, is that for the hurricanes, apparently if they name the hurricane, then the insurance companies have got a get-out clause where they don't have to pay out. So pretty crap, I think, that.
Yeah.
But that's insurance companies, isn't it?
Is that what everybody else has heard as well? Or is that not true?
It's all over the internet.
Well, that's what you think. But...
No, it's all over the internet. It's only what I've read, but I've read loads of posts about people saying they're not insured because they've named the hurricane.
Yeah, but like you say, all hurricanes are
everyone's named now.
They've
so
all got a name.
It's just a get-out clause.
Yeah.
You can't have it because it's an act of God. You can't have it because it's an act of war. You can't have it because there's a Wyant Day, name it day. They just fleece your insurance companies. Well, it's like my laptop, what I dropped the other day. Can't claim on it. Or you've got to pay a ridiculous amount for excess. That is, the excess is as much as the repair. So anyway.
Insurance.
If you buy a new raft, you will know where you stand or sit. Okay? Not sure quite what you mean there, Mark.
If you buy a new raft, you'll know where you stand with it.
Yeah, so Matt and Paige, you've got a new subscriber there, Chris Rushing. So nice of you, Chris. And with the Tide Great channel going on to watch it. Yeah, go and watch all the things. I've watched all their episodes now.
I think I've got to catch up a couple, haven't I?
So Matt, Paige, we're going to have to love and leave you guys tonight. Love your live stream as always. We have the end of the regatta fancy dress party, and I have to go, Matt. Oh yeah, I saw that you're going to paint a six-pack.
There's no need to paint a six-pack on that Viking man there. I'm sure he's got one underneath it.
When we had our photography business, we used to paint him on loads of people.
Yeah, you have a good time. Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
See you, Paige.
See you soon.
Thanks for coming. We found similar. I go to Southampton each year and have been chartering Greece and Turkey 12 years now, looking to buy as a liveaboard in the Ionian. Yeah, it's nice around Ionian. I think that's where Frowdy's got his boat part, up in Provezza. We're going to be down in Crete because that's where the boat is, what we're buying, in Agios or Ios Nikolaos. It's paid up for until May, so we'll be there. Once we've completed on the house sale, the contracts are signed, we'll be off down there for the winter. We'll probably leave March, April time and go and sail around the Aegean and stuff. And then we're thinking at the moment, aren't we, to come back to Crete for next winter. And then we'll probably move off further west. We eventually want to cross the Atlantic and get down to the Caribbean. What's been happening this week?
Not at this time of year.
So, definitely not this time of year.
No.
So it might just be a up down there and then come back again. We'll see. We've got some friends from SV Kestrel. They're supposed to be going in December, aren't they? They're setting off December 28th.
Yeah.
I suppose it all depends on how quick they rebuild all the islands what have got wiped out. So Pantanius, that's it, Pat. And yeah, Ants also said Pantanius. So that's the insurance company. Pantanius, and Daniel's already said
that was it, yeah.
So yeah, that's good.
What I always think about the hurricanes and that, and people in England always think, don't just say it's because they can't buy bricks. Why are all the American houses made of wood?
Because I said this the other day. In America, they've got an absolute abundance of wood, all the forests and stuff.
Yeah, but we keep saying it's the Three Little Pigs story, and you get hurricanes. So why don't you build it out? Why don't you build your houses out of brick so that they might last a bit? When you get a hurricane, you might just get your windows in and your doors and your roofs lifted, but at least you've still got a building and you've still got you're protected. Is it just cost? Well, we'll ask everybody.
It might be that they've not got the manual workers who are skilled enough to do it. I don't know. Yeah. They've got to have builders because they have some buildings. They don't have them made of bricks, do they? I think. Do you guys in the States have a lot of houses where it's like just poured in concrete? So they build like a wooden frame up and then they pour the concrete in and leave it like that? I don't know.
Yeah, because that was a new thing. But that is what we in England always think. Why do they always just have wooden houses?
Yeah. So what we got here? Chris Rushing, do you discuss how much you purchased your boat for? We haven't done just yet what we said we was going to do.
But we will.
It was something we were going to do on Patreon. We were going to do a video outline all the costs it's cost us for Patreon. So if you want an insight into that, Chris, become a patron.
We are going to. Yeah, I think it's important to do it because we'd got no idea when we were looking out, and that's the reason for doing these videos, isn't it? But because we're still going through the process of selling and what we've got to pay out and stuff like that, there's still things to add on. So we will do a quick video, I think, explaining what we've had to pay, how much the boat was, what surveys cost, so that if you're doing the same thing as us, you know how much money it will actually cost to do that. But yeah, just for patrons. We don't want every Tom, Dick and Harry knowing.
Not that you guys are Tom, Dick and Harry's, but we did say we did say from the very start that we was going to do it as a Patreon only.
Yeah.
As a bit of a special video for our patrons who support us, as a bit of a thank you. So yeah, we will be doing it. So that's that. Electric toilet. Yes. Is that a question?
Yes, Pat. That was one of the. Does it have?
Does it have? Right.
Yeah.
Some of the lists were it's got to have in-mast reefing. it had to have all navigation stuff. We wanted a remote anchor windlass switch in the cockpit. This boat is actually rigged so you can single-hand it from the cockpit. You don't ever have to leave the... What was that? A pot bottle. We just got a pot bottle exploded somewhere. Yeah, the boat's been rigged up so that you can single-hand it from the cockpit, so you don't ever have to leave the cockpit. So that was another one. We wanted it like being quite good for things like that because there's just going to be mainly the two of us on it. What else did you want? You wanted a light wood interior.
Light wood interior was for me. Electric toilet, ideally.
Two toilets, showers.
Yeah, layouts are similar, the same anyway, aren't they? That size, but it was the main.
Oh, and we also wanted a three bedroom one as opposed to a 4.
Yeah, that was
because
a big
that makes a big difference on the size of the front berth. There was a massive list. I can't remember what it had.
Ideally with bow thrusters.
Oh yeah, bow thruster with the size of the boat. We wanted that as an extra, so it's got bow thrusters. It's got an outboard, a nice little outboard with a planing rib.
And just set up with everything on it, so that we didn't have to buy it all on. Yeah,
it's got solar panels, wind generator.
We needed,
It's got bimini, spray hood. Like so even got the full cockpit size for colder weather.
But we thought if we were spending more money on it than we initially wanted to, we didn't want to have to spend a lot of money getting it ready to go out and sail on it.
So we've paid a little bit more. We've paid a fair bit more than what we originally budgeted for, but this is fully kitted out with all the stuff what we would have had to buy for another boat anyway. So, plus we've got a lot more stuff with it as well.
And I've even got a washing machine.
Yeah. Have you guys been keeping up with Hurricane Irma? Yes, we have, Keith, and that's why we've got the fundraising link.
You've just set yourself up there, Keith, for it. Now's your time to donate just a little bit of cash to our appeal. To help those in Irma. All the money goes through via Red Cross if you do go on that link, and they'll get all the money, and it'll just try and help everything. That's all our news is, everything, and I'm sure it is in other different countries as well. That's the first thing that comes up into the news headlines is how Irma is and how it's affecting everybody. So it's on everybody's minds, and we want to just do our little bit. So please donate just a couple of quid.
If somebody can just...
Please.
Keep popping little bits in.
Yeah.
We did put up that we'd tried to raise £1,000, and before we went on air, we'd raised 75 already. So if people can pop a few quid in there or a few dollars, it'd be great.
Would appreciate that. That's lovely.
Are there not some boats over there that the taxes are paid for? That's a bit of a double negative. I think what you're saying here, Mowley, is
are there boats
do
over
people
there
sell boats where they don't have a VAT paid for? Yeah,
yes, a lot.
All over Europe. We wanted a boat what had got the VAT paid for because I think, reading between the lines, if we was to sail our boat what didn't have VAT paid on it, and we went to Spain, for instance, the Spanish authorities there can demand to see our VAT receipt. If we can't prove that VAT's been paid on it, then they can impound the boat, charge us the VAT on the Spanish rates, and also fine us, and you don't get the boat back until it's all paid for, so you could have a massive unexpected bill. That's reading between the lines. There might be more to it than that, but that was one of the things that we wanted a boat what got VAT paid on it. They just updated it again. It's 18 miles from making landfall in Naples. Yeah, it's not looking good. I think you mentioned before that you have property or timeshare in Florida. It was all okay with it. Yes, Daniel, we have got a timeshare in Kissimmee, Orange Lake Country Club. It's okay at the moment from the webcams I've been looking at, but I've actually got a friend who's in that area now. And an hour ago I was talking to them and they'd been told that, or they just had a tornado warning an hour ago. So they are starting to get strong winds up there. So as regards what's going to happen to properties up there, I don't know. Probably the same as anybody doesn't know at the moment. Yeah, sorry Philip, I don't know. It must be your end. There are a couple of people who've had issues. We've got our microphone turned up to full now. And we are talking quite loud and it's only foot away from us.
Might be your old ears, Philip.
Roger Redneck, is your boat online? Not at the moment, but if you go on look on our YouTube channel, you'll see it on there. We've done a few videos with it on now. Cheers all, having Sundowners. I'm having a nice GNT on Seabird. Nice one, Simon.
And Roger, if you go onto Clipper Marine, you might be able to see it where it was up for sale.
No, it's not on there now.
Is it not there now?
No. Because it's been
sold.
Taken it off? Yeah. Yes, I read that too. No insurance if it's a named hurricane. Yeah, it's stupid because, like we say, they name everyone now. Even if it's just somebody farting in a bath, they're going to name it if they can get out of paying insurance. Yeah, you're right in what you're saying there, Grandpa, about if you know it's coming, move it. But I think in the case of Sailing Mischief, they didn't even have an engine, so they couldn't get too far away. Hang on, I've just knocked this down and I've got too far down now. And like I think it's already been said on other things, people have got boats in certain places. They might not be able to get time off work, or they might be away and not be able to move it. So never mind. Every policy is different. Read the fine print. Yeah. Unpredictive text. Keith Butler, insurance is like a wife. Never know what you got till you need to use it. Oh,
Keith. Yeah. Now you're going into
we'll skip over that one.
There, Keith.
Whiskey Town Racer. Hello, Whiskey Town Racer. Not seen you on here before. Why Yacht Insurance is another with an excellent reputation. Would suggest checking them also. Well, we are still looking round. We've had the quote from Pantanis, and at the moment they look like the most competitive or the most comprehensive with the best reports we've had. But until we sign over for the boat in a few weeks, then we're still open to which one we use. Sorry, message not clear, but Jenny got it right. But he's retracted his message, so I don't know what you got right. Daniel Jackson, up here in the Pacific Northwest, no brick houses due to earthquakes and cheap wood. Yeah. Good points regarding bricks and mortar, Jan. In Tornado Alley in Texas, brick homes fall apart just as easy as wood, but bricks are getting chucked around plus cost more. Yeah, that's another way of looking at it. And because we don't get tornadoes, that's one thing we wouldn't consider.
Brick homes fall apart just as easily as wood?
Yeah.
Do they really? With cement in?
Well, they don't just put big bricks dry
together. Some do. Some just put them.
No, they still have cement.
Do they? You won't think it'd get around as easy as wood, but there you go. There must be a reason and cost, yeah.
But it's mainly down to cost, isn't it? Because, like I said, America's.
But they have to keep rebuilding. That's the thing.
But it's cheaper to rebuild.
They must have thought of it. I know they know what they're doing. It's just something that, as English people, always think, why do they not have?
Keith, we are way behind on the chat.
Quick, hurry up then.
Right, when I first moved over from the UK. Yeah, that's why wood seems to be cost and the speed they can build and repair them. Oh, right, yeah. Because they can build them a lot quicker.
Seems to be the cost and the speed they build. Yeah. Well, it will be, but then that's why you get devastation and they've all gone.
Yeah, you're right there, Ant. We build them with 260mm bricks and blocks with cavities, with some with timber frames now. Yeah, we've had 75-mile-an-hour winds last year, and we actually didn't lose our fence because we've got one of them fences what are like lapped with gaps in.
Yeah, it's
still a physical and visible barrier.
Yeah,
will you stop picking your nails?
Sorry,
you get on at me for doing that.
I know. Because I got me full.
Pat, it's the wife choice. Mine was nav equipment, ASI, remote anchor, bow thruster, and toys. Hers is colour. Exactly the same then, Pat.
It is.
Yours and mine are exactly the same.
I'm not doubting it whatsoever. Mine was a total woman thing. What it looked like, did I look good on it? Am I going to be happy pulling into a harbour with what the boat looks like? Can I live with the colour of it inside? Can I get in the fridge without having to dive in the fridge? And is there anywhere that I can sit and do my hair when I'm on it?
Yeah. Can you plug your hairdryer? We needed an inverter, so we've got a big generator on the back. If if we need it for a hair.
That's still got to be sorted. I've still got to source out a proper hairdryer.
Just use Jenny and plug it into mains.
What with my big...
The generators are 240 volt, 2,000, 3,000 or wherever, I don't know.
Yeah, but when we tried doing...
No, that was an inverter. We've got a generator as well.
Right.
It's different though. You'll be all right. Or you can just have your hair like that.
This is done. Well, it's the day after the
Grandpa,
night after.
You were thinking we're 20 minutes behind. I'm nearly at the bottom of the
Yeah,
scrolling
we're 7
list.
o'clock. We're 7 o'clock. Come on, quick.
No, he's on about...
I know.
We're not behind because we're only there. We're only a few seconds behind. Hi, Dave from Ireland.
Yep. Hi, Dave. Hope you're all right.
Carl and Jenny have found a really amazing boat. I'm very jealous. Thanks, Simon. We think it's all right.
We can't wait to get on it, and we'll show you all around and everything and where it is. And it is really nice.
Keith's already donated over £3,500. Good on you, Keith.
Oh.
I'm going to get hit by it. I have been preparing for it. Well, we hope everything's going to be good for you. And if not, that's what we're trying to collect money for, to help you out, if anything does happen. So come on, folks, dig into them pockets. Daniel, although they build houses with wood and our biggest problem is wildfires, wish I had some bricks. Yeah, I mean, houses made with bricks still burn because there's still a big wooden frame to them, but probably not as bad as the wooden houses. Keith, we're going to get tropical force winds, tons of rain and loss of power. The wind is what I worry about the most. We have had a lot of it. Yeah.
Don't need them on the house. Definitely not.
Jenny, Emma is after girly tips for what to wear at the boat show, as you have to keep taking your shoes off to get on the boat. Don't matter what shoes you wear, Simon. Everybody has to take the shoes off.
Right.
We even went in deck shoes last year and we still had to take them off. But they do have, I mean, you're not going to go onto a boat with stilettos anyway. But if you've got trainers on, some of them have got these like plastic overshoes, what they'll let you wear. But it's just as easy. They've got all bins and stuff, and most people just take the shoes off and walk on.
I mean, you need to have your feet comfortable because you'll do a lot of walking. Yeah. So you can't really wear heels. You can't even wear wedges really, because that's what I've tried before and I've had crippling feet. Although the benefit of that is there are always lots of the beer tents scattered around where you can have a sit down and rest. But no, you do need to be able to have shoes on that you can slip on, slip off, look all right, of course, but that you are comfortable in. So yeah, just Grandpa, nice and comfy.
You were 20 behind. Folks, stop making comments to let you catch up. When you read my post about 20 minutes behind you, you're only 6 minutes behind. But I've only said that just over a minute ago here. Don't know what's happening there, Grandpa. We're entering the twilight zone. I have friends who will probably lose their Florida boat to Irma. Their insurance will pay loss, but after double deduction. Yeah, I think we all know somebody, Marie, who's going to lose something.
Oh, but at least their insurance will pay.
At least they're going to get something back, not...
It's these who don't get anything, isn't it?
Just watching where's he just commented?
Now we're caught up. Yeah, you're all right. Well done, Emma.
Dave Wells, if you've just commented, and I think you've actually done it on the main YouTube page, if you click somewhere, I don't know what you're watching it on, but if you click for the live chat thing, you'll be able to actually comment on the live chat bit where everybody else is commenting. But yeah, it is nice that we get nice people on here.
So Emma, are you seeing us in Southampton? Are you going this time? Are you on our list to meet up?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Simon's coming down. So I don't know. Simon's coming down on Friday, I think. Yeah. But yeah, just confirm that for us.
Comfy shoes, umbrella in your bag.
With the amount of boats for sale, especially in the Aegean, and without going into your own sale, what sort of discount to advertised price did you find was the norm? I think what you've got to do, Pat, is look at how much the boat's up for and see if you can find out how long it's been on. I mean, what we did... Well, I'll tell... Our boat was up for 119,000 and we'd really budgeted or we'd not budgeted, but we were thinking about spending around about 80 to 90,000. the boats we looked at for 80 to 90,000 were just bare boats. Majority of them was all ex-charter. Some have been looked after, some haven't. You don't know, do you?
And we thought we might have to spend 20,000, 30,000 on it, didn't we?
To kit it out with everything what we wanted.
That we wanted.
So we made an offer, or we didn't make an offer. We spoke to the broker and said, would the buyer be open to accept this amount? So we said we'd be prepared to pay up to this amount, subject to a survey and stuff. Came back to us and said, yes, the buyer will accept that amount of money, subject to a survey. So then we started going ahead. I've seen some boats on sale where people have offered an absolutely ridiculous amount of money, and the buyers have accepted it because they've had it up for sale for over a year.
They're desperate to sell. They
need to get rid of it. They're having to pay mortgage costs and things like that. So, the way I look at it is this: if we put it up for sale now, and we've had it up for sale for 10 months, and we get one person come in and offer us probably 20 grand under what we're asking for it, do you take it? You could have it for sale for another 12 months, couldn't you? So you've got to cut your losses, I think. And I think a lot of people now, when you're certainly talking about £100,000 plus boats, people are prepared to come down a little bit.
But you can always ask, and then they say no.
If they say no, you can always go back up.
You can always go back up a little bit, can't you? You just got to be a bit cheeky, but without being too cheeky.
We're now caught up. Oh, good. Emma Kinton. Yes, I will be there with... hello, Emma. She will be there with Simon.
Good.
Nice.
See you there then, Emma. I don't know what shoes I'm wearing.
Are you just... I know I've asked this 1,000 times. Just remind me, Emma, are you coming on the Friday and just staying on the Friday night and then going home Saturday, so you're not coming for the meal on the Saturday night? Just confirm that for us. Flip-flops are best shoes to wear. Can't go wrong. You're right there, Keith. That's all I wear nowadays. But when you're walking around Southampton Boat Show, it's going to be a little bit chilly.
Cold. I've been in my shorts, knee-length shorts today, and everybody in England are now in jeans and jumpers and small jackets. So it's that cold. I think this is the last day that I'll be able to wear my shorts without somebody looking at me strangely outside. So
yeah,
I've clung on as long as we could, but it's a bit too cold. And although flip-flops are great, it's going to be too cold.
We went out last night, and that's the first time I've worn trousers since April. Or second time.
Yeah.
But I wear flip-flops all the time now. I don't bother with shoes.
It's turning.
In fact, I've worn my flip-flops out. Cheers, everybody. Sundowner Sunday. Don't forget. Yeah. What's Pat saying? Thanks. I also don't want an ex-charter. I've seen too many badly abused. There are some badly abused ones, like you say. Some friends of ours have actually bought one, and they got a really good buy with it.
They've got a good one, yeah.
I think you've just got to be careful with them. And we got almost 6% discount with our boat purchase, but on the other hand, as agreed, nothing of extra. Stuff leaves the boat, and there were plenty. Yeah, I think it depends on who's selling it. I mean, if we'd have had to go down the charter boat, ex-charter boat, I don't know, we hadn't done so. We were quite lucky on. We got a private buyer, a private seller, one owner from new, and we just fell on his feet with it, didn't we?
Yeah,
really?
Ours is our second boat as well, Anne. But I think same with anything. It's like when we've just sold our house. As a seller, you know what you ideally want someone to pay for whatever you're selling. That you want that price. But if nobody's looking at it and nobody's interested in it, then perhaps you've got it on for a bit too much and you need to reduce it a bit. And as buyers, we've always taken the idea that if we think that it's value for money what we're paying for that boat, or if we're paying for that car,
is it worth it to us?
If I think it's worth it, I will pay that amount of money, and I won't try and knock somebody down just for the sake of feeling that I've won the deal. If I feel it's a good amount of money and it's worth it, then I'll pay it because I think I'm getting a good deal anyway. So that's how we are. I know not everybody's like that, but I am.
Yeah. Oh, we both are.
Yeah.
So
do a survey, like you say, Daniel. Yeah, do a survey. Have a look what the boat is. Assess it individually.
When we chartered the boat in the Ionian earlier this year, this is in response to what Daniel's saying, we chartered from Sail Ionian, and how they operate, from what we've been told, is that all the boats they've got are privately owned boats who buy the boats new, sail Ionian, then charter the boats, take care of all the maintenance, repairs or anything like that, and at the end of 3 or 5 years, whichever it is, the original owner gets the boat back, but it's been serviced, and they get to use they get to use the boat throughout for certain amounts of time per year.
But everything's done.
Everything
The time. They do
really,
perfect things all the
really
time.
well maintained, weren't they?
Yeah, they service it. Any little thing they mend straight away. So
yeah,
you can get good with anything.
Yeah, you're right there, Daniel. You've seen private owners abuse their own boats. Yeah, I think if you've got to have a survey done regardless.
Yeah,
once you're talking a few quid. Old Shot 193. Yeah, nice to see you here. Watching the Florida coverage. Yeah, we keep. I've been watching it quite a bit this weekend. Private sellers, so much better. You know, it probably would have been treated with respect and probably done less miles. Yeah.
Yeah. In our case, it's been treated like a baby.
Yeah. Right. We're not going to be on for much longer, but there's a couple of other things what we wanted to cover. And one of the things was a little story what happened to us this week, which were quite funny. So I'm going to tell you this one. Jen had her little story last week, and for those of you, Pat especially, watch last week's live chat because you'll piss yourself at it. We've got an Instagram account, Twitter account, Facebook page, Patreon, as you know, YouTube, whatever, all the social media channels. And I've been experimenting doing some 360 tiny planet pictures and putting them on Instagram. Some of you will have seen them, some of you won't. And I've been getting some guy keep commenting, putting dope this, dope that. And I thought, you absolute arse, because to me, dope means you're thick, you're stupid, you're daft. And then the other night, last night, I was on somebody's YouTube channel and somebody else has been putting dope, exclamation mark.
D-O-P-E.
D-O-P-E. And it's like, what's wrong with these people? Why have you got, if you don't like somebody's channel,
don't watch.
Just go and watch somebody else's. If you don't like the photos they put in on Instagram, don't put crap on, slagging people off. Just go and look at somebody else's. So this guy's been posting dope all over my Instagram. Yeah, you beat me to it, Grandpa. So last night, I told this bloke basically to go do one and go and comment on somebody else's channel. And then last night, I Googled, what does dope mean on Instagram? And it's like, cool, great stuff, love your work. So if that person is watching who I told to go and do one on Instagram,
I'm really sorry.
You're quite a bit of a dope, dude. So,
we're old school. We're old school.
What's the other one they use?
Sick. Sick is bad. Blech. Throwing up. Sick. Sick's not good. So just use the proper words. And we might understand what you're saying.
We're probably a bit older than you, Daniel. So dope when we were young, or even now, just means that you're daft or thick or whatever. So anyway, Ant's got a boat for sale, which is a really nice one. I take it you've not sold it yet, Ant. Right, what else did I have to look at? Oh yes, after last week, we noticed that our subscribers had been dropping on YouTube. And I thought, oh, bloody hell, is it because of what Jen were talking about?
It blamed me.
No, I've not blamed you.
You did say it.
But that was the only thing different.
You said it's you talking about your floozy.
It was the only thing what were different, where we started to lose subscribers instead of we normally gain subscribers. So anyway, I've been doing a bit of research again on Google this week about why do you lose YouTube subscribers. And apparently YouTube's got some algorithm. And what they do every so often is that they will go through everybody's YouTube channel, and if you've got any old subscribers on there who have not been active on making comments, or they know how to the YouTube channel's not being used or anything, they take them off. So thankfully, I'm putting it down to that because the last couple of days they've been going back up again.
Yeah.
So
because we're going to be getting exciting, aren't we?
Yeah.
What else have you got to do?
Delos or SD.
It's all Jen's fault. Thank you very much, Grandpa.
Yeah, we do need to stay up with the lingo. Go do one now means thank you very much for your nice comment. Exactly, Dave. He should know his audience. Saying doped Carl is a little different from when...
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right there, old shell.
Yeah.
I personally thought the laser talk was hilarious. Speaking of, any updates?
Yes, Chris, I'm going again this Thursday.
Who would like to see a video of it?
I'm not videoing what I'm doing.
You wouldn't have to.
I might video...
No, I could video it. No.
I shall be wearing pants.
We will not be going there. Anybody who's just joined who's just joined in, watch last week's to know what we're talking about. It's not as bad as people.
Ask me what's it this week, Jen. It's fine. I've not noticed any big change yet, really, to be honest.
360 video. Yeah.
No.
Right, so the other thing, which is good news, right, we have been contacted by a watch company, would you believe? Spinnaker Watches. So we're doing a bit of a collaboration thing with them, and I'm just waiting for them to send the stuff through, but they're going to be doing some discount offers for any of our viewers on Spinnaker Watches, and I think it's about 30%. So they are a good make of watch. So once we've got the full details, we'll pass that on to everybody. So if you want to take advantage of it. So thanks to Spinnaker Watches for that, and we'll keep you posted on that one. What's that? Tracking that stuff will drive you nuts. YT Analytics is crazy sometimes. I like stats though, Grandpa. Martin, I almost lost that picture in my head. Now it's back again.
Yeah. I shall update you a little bit more.
So, what time are we on now?
Second thing
1 hour 17 minutes. Right, how many people have we got watching? I can't see. 37. Yeah, they are nice watches, Keith. Sounds like a cool new sponsor. We're hoping to do something with them. So we'll keep you on board with that. And if you guys can benefit from it, then even better.
All the better.
So, right, a couple of weeks ago, we did a photo competition where we asked people to send in. I'm just having to go on to my other little bit at the moment, where we asked people to send in a photograph of you with a Sundowner in your hand, and you had to have either an iPad, an iPhone, or your computer with us in the background.
You said Siri.
Yeah, it don't matter. Sorry, Siri. Where you could see our faces or our channel in the background while you was watching Sunday Sundowners. And it had to be a little bit creative. So we've had a few entries, and the winner, drum roll, is Simon Pownell.
Simon Pownell! Congratulations, Simon.
Well done, Simon. So
what's the win?
Well,
nothing.
We did say there'd be a little prize. Not going to be nothing massive. So we will sort something out for you, Simon, and when we see you down at the boat show, you will be awarded your little prize. Oh, it might be a big prize, I don't know yet. Yeah. But it will be filmed. So...
make sure you look grateful and happy.
Yeah, be grateful for it.
Well, thank you for entering and sending in.
So, but next time, can we have a few more entries?
So
you win. No, we don't win a giant box of nothing. There will be something there, Chris. But it's not. It's
not a boat.
It's not a boat. No. It's not even a little boat. Well, it could be a little boat. But anyway, thanks all, Emma and Kinton too. Yes.
Yeah.
So hi, Carl and Jen.
Almath,
nice to see you. A bit late, Al, but
we're just closing up now, Al. You'll have to have a look back.
Daniel said Simon wins laser treatment.
Yes, or waxing, or something like that. Hey,
we could do a live waxing at the boat show. Are you up for that, Simon? Any progress on cooler cups or baseball caps?
Not had a chance to yet.
we've looked at a company what can do the baseball caps, but they wanted stupid money. Coolers, I'm still looking at a couple of different companies, but yes, they are coming. Look out, Simon! It's going to be a pick of Jenny. Back waxing.
You never know.
Do you know something we don't know, Buccaneer?
No, you don't. Well, if you've got hairs on your back, I agree. You want a.
Yeah, Simon wins the privilege of getting the first round in at the boat show.
Yeah.
I told you not to say outside, Gav.
He's scared.
A framed autograph picture of the laser treatment. You volunteered for being waxed, Carl. No. In a word, don't do waxing.
You are very hairy, aren't you? On your head?
On my head? I'm quite...
You've not got many hairs.
I've got a few chest hairs, that's all.
Yeah, he's never been able to grow them, really.
Yeah, where you been, James? Crooked picture is gone. All the pictures have gone.
Pictures are going, I'm moving things.
The house is getting emptied.
In fact, we do need to do a little bit more filming on that, don't we, to show what we're doing.
You're lucky we've still got a settee to sit on, or a couch, whatever you call it, wherever you're from.
It's only because the new owners want these as well that they're here. Otherwise, they'd have gone and we'd be sitting on the floor.
Wax them off, Carl. I did try shaving them off once, didn't I? My chest hairs.
Oh, and he moaned something chronic.
It was all right. It's all right for the first day.
Well, you want to be glad it's just your chest.
And you, I mean, I don't grow a beard like what Grandpa does, where he shaved everything off his head and his beard, and within 2 days he's got a full ZZ Top beard nearly again. Yeah, we know the light switch is crooked, Chris, but I do grow fairly quickly back. But I shaved my chest hair, and then a couple of days later we went out and I got a shirt on, and every time I moved it was like, oh. So no, not doing it again.
Fridging, it's called.
Oh, James, you'll have to watch the rerun. Yeah. It'll be online in a bit.
We'll bring something. So next week.
We've
yes. We've already been on nearly an hour and a half now.
I know. Next week we're at the boat show. We are going to be filming it. But we're probably not going to be back in time for the 6 o'clock Sundowner Sunday. So we'll just have to play that one by ear. If we're back in time, in fact, while everybody's on, I think most of you subscribe to our channel anyway. If you don't already subscribe, go and click subscribe now, if you will, please. And then just go and click the little bell, and then if we do get a chance to do a live show next week, as soon as we go live, it'll ping up on your screen. We've thought about that, Keith, about doing a live from the boat show, but we're going to be filming it and doing a film instead, a video to put out onto the YouTube channel.
But also, the other reason that we thought we might not be able to do it is because the Sunday, when we normally do it, this time is 6 o'clock in England, we will be on our way back travelling. And not down there actually at the show. So
the secret to regrowing the beard quickly is to be full of crap marmite. Fertilises the hair follicles. Nice.
Good answer. So we'll let you know.
Yeah. So
if we're going to be there next week.
And the following weekend, we will try to do it next week when we get back, because the following weekend, if we can do it, it'll have to be later on. Probably 8 o'clock, because I've got my exam for me VHF radio course, and that's not going to finish till 6:30 or whatever.
So the good thing about it is, whenever we do the next live chat or whatever, over the next 2 or 3 weeks, we've got quite a few things happening, haven't we?
Yeah. Carl, I can upload for you Saturday evening or Sunday, PM me. I won't have got it edited in that. I will have my laptop with me, and thanks for the offer, but I won't have edited it in that time, because we've got a bit of footage from before the boat show to put on, so thanks for that. But it'll be up a few days later anyway.
Yeah. I'm hoping we're going to get good weather.
Yeah, we need good weather. Southampton boat show's not too brilliant without good weather.
We'll see. We've had enough rain.
Hopefully it will. So, what else we said? We've covered the photo competition. Yeah, if you've not already subscribed, as I say, just go and give us a click on subscribe and click that little bell. And next week, we might be a little bit late. Damn Irma, 10 miles from making landfall. I will be glad when this motor is totally gone. Yeah, we all will be. Right, okay, folks. We've been on nearly an hour and a half now,
Yeah.
so we've not had our tea yet, and we've got to look what we're having. That pork fillet. Ooh,
Nice bit
pork
of
fillet. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in.
Yeah. Good luck, Keith. I hope you're going to be okay. We're thinking of you and everybody else.
I'm just going to
With
put
Irma.
in the thing. www.com. If you can give a little bit to the Irma Fund, the link's just gone in the text. So thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah, thanks again, and we'll see you.
And we'll see everybody down at the boat show next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Friday night, don't forget fish and chips at the hotel. Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock in the Marina Bar for the official meet-up. And then we've got the restaurant booked for 8 o'clock on Saturday night.
Fish and chips Friday.
Fish and chip Friday.
Meal Saturday. Meet up Sunday.
No, meet-up Saturday.
Meet up Saturday. What did you say for Sunday?
I'll start again.
Because you did it back to front.
No, I didn't.
You did
Fish
Friday, Sunday, Saturday. You did.
Fish and chip meet-up Friday. 3
Saturday.
o'clock, the Marina Bar Saturday.
You said Sunday.
We're not at boat show Sunday.
Well, you said Sunday. I'm sorry.
What is she on?
You did say Sunday. You did say Sunday.
No. So, see you Saturday or Friday night. 3 o'clock, Marina Bar. See you, folks. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.